Good evening everyone and welcome to TTSL League 2 here in Britain, and we are here for round 5 of the championship in our inaugural season, of course, in TTSL 1. I am James Hay, going to be taking you through the stream here tonight, and I have recoupled with somebody in the commentary box as always, joining me on a Friday night. It is Malc. Good evening, Malc.
Hello, how are you doing, James?
I'm doing very well, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm quite excited here tonight because, do you know why, James?
It's Silverstone. You know? It is Britain.
Absolutely, the home of the British Grand Prix here. Absolutely unbelievable stuff here. And like I said, this I can't wait to do this because obviously being with you, James, absolute legend as always in the commentators box. And I'm surprised that you still got your voice with you after all that, because I would have lost my voice after all that. To be fair, unbelievable stuff. You do a brilliant job as always, and I can't wait for the drivers tonight. With the drivers itself, James, is there anyone out there that I know we haven't seen the qualifying or anything, we're just waiting for the guys to get themselves prepped up and ready to go, but is there any drivers that impressed you so far?
Obviously Hades last week did take both wins in France. Really dominant performances, I've got to say, from the Racing Point. Lord Holton and Charlie finished second and third respectively in that first race. In race 2 it was Regular George and Maximus who took second and third there. So there is a bit of a mixed picture, and I think that is probably confirmed by the drivers' standings, with Lord Holton leading the way on 93 points, Alex in second on 90. I can't believe how close the top 5 actually is, with Jeffrey in third on 86, Wildlord Billy in 4th on 85, and Hades in 5th on 83. It really is anyone to play for that top 5. We'll run you through the rest of the standings as well. Mashiro on 74, Maximus on 66, Maze on 61. Top 8 separated by 32 points. Regular George in 9th after his good results last week, and Charlie in 10th, with Vax Viking also on in joint 10th position, I should say, on 34 points. Shumi on 27, Atlas Copo on 13, Passels on 11, Esgraham on 6, Conti on 2, and Gypsy George on 1. We have got Tom, and we've got a brand new driver as well here tonight, YWR Pariah. The Toro Rosso driver, the Norwegian, joins us tonight. So welcome to Pariah. I don't really know much about him. Have you commentated on him before, Mal?
I've not commentated on YWR before, so like I said, we're both the newcomers of the commentators, as in to find out what his pace would be tonight. But let's see if you can try and produce the shocks here. And it looks like some of the drivers are all going to be all set and ready to go. But with like this is the TTSL League 1. Absolutely, it feels like this is the premier division, the top flight division of the TT on the TTTV channel as well, for the TTG Esports crew as well. And it's an honour and privilege as always to commentate with James as well. So we're going to kick off and ready to go. I'll tell you what, James, I'll let you carry on.
Yeah, we are getting ready, of course. Just to fill in on the constructors as well, after round 4 last time out in France, Haas on 175 points lead the way. Alfa Romeo on second on 127. I might have said something differently there. Alfa Romeo on 127. McLaren on 107 and third. Racing Point 94, Red Bull in 5th on 86, Ferrari in 6th on 67, Mercedes in 7th on 66, Renault in 8th on 43, Williams in 9th on 36, and Toro Rosso in 10th on 2 points. They did pick up their first points last week as a result of Conti in the second race in France. And I have a feeling he might do a good job around here tonight. It will take some beating though of last night's race from TTL F1. Myself and Kieran McGinley commentating on that last night, and I've got to say, what a thrilling race it was. What a dramatic ending it was as well. Westy and Carlsbury both crashing out. Both of them not here tonight, which is a shame. Of course, they're not signed up to the league. But it will take some beating, the racing here tonight, to last night's Canadian Grand Prix in TTL F1. I'll tell you what, it was something special, that race.
Absolutely. I just saw that on Twitter as well, the finale, unbelievable crash at that point there, that I would have screamed like a madman on that. I'm sure Westy would be watching this now thinking, have I watched it? Yes, I have, on that. The last lap as well, I'm sure it was one hell of a race as well. That's what, you just never know what to expect in the F1, and I tell you what, We are going to be absolutely going to be loving this at Silverstone, because it's the
Here we
whole
go.
of British Grand Prix, and we're about to kick off here. So James, off to you now.
Yep, Shumi going to take us through a lap here in the Williams. He's about to come through turn 1 now at Abbey before coming through Farm at turn 2. Flat out corners through there, and Shumi looking very good through there as he comes now down towards the village section and then to the loop, the newly added part of the track in 2009. I do believe this was added, as now they come towards entry and to the Wellington Straight, where the Grand Prix track joins on with the national track. Passelt is being disqualified for going the wrong way. I'm afraid he doesn't know where Silverstone is at this stage with him getting disqualified, but hopefully he will be able to pick that up in the race. Shumi now coming through Brooklands and Luffield. Now through Luffield, he can really attack the car. Charlie already out the session, has retired. Shumi now coming through Woodcut, now down to the old pit straight and then down to the old turn 1, which is now turn 9 out on track. It is Cops coming through them. Once again, this Grand Prix track really quiet and tight and nippy and maintains the character, of course, and Maggots and Beckett is maintaining the character here. This track has never been changed. This part of the track certainly has never been changed. Shumi well down on the time, I think, in terms of some of the times. He's 1 minute 0.5 through the middle sector. Now Shumi coming down towards Stowe and then towards Vale and Club, turn 17 and 18 out on track. It looks like Jeffrey could be taking provisional pole with Pariah and Lord Hulton and Alex all fighting out for the minor honours, as there's a lot of position changes there. Shumi just coming around the final corner now. Jeffrey takes it with a 27.4 and I think Shumi came across the line there in 11th with a 1:29, I think that was, from Shumi. We'll confirm that for you guys in just a second, as Jeffrey did take pole position by 0.4 of a second from Pariah in second, Lord Hulton in third. So main title protagonist right up there. Tom has just joined the session, so that's an extra driver for the race. White Billy in fourth, Alex in fifth, so the two Hasses, of course, leading the constructors of fourth and fifth on the grid. Conti in sixth, Maximus seventh, Mays in eighth, Atlas Corporal in ninth, Regular George in 10th. Top 10, remember, will qualify on a set of soft compound of tyres. Shumi as well at 29.4, just to confirm his lap time, about 2 seconds off the pace, but not too bad a lap at all. Charlie, Passelt and Haddes all not setting the time. Charlie, I think, must have retired as a result of a mistake. Passelt and Haddes getting disqualified for invalidations out on track, and I know from my experience around this track, it can be quite punishing, this track, in terms of penalties. The guys have got to watch out here tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's especially, like you said, it's the penalties galore here. You can easily just cut. You can easily cut Abbey corner so easily. You've got to be very careful there, and that's where one of them could be. Maggots and Beckett's the famous part of the Silverstone track here. You could easily cut the corners there as well. I call it corpses. It's a corpses corner there, because there's so many accidents galore there. Not only the penalties as well, but I've seen from many leagues that I've commentated on, where drivers go wide, hit the curb and go wide into the side of the grass and into the wall. So it's one of those tracks where you got to be on your best behaviour as well, and also you have to be on your best on track as well. But pressure on you, James. What's your top three?
Names come up, I've got to be honest. Tom has just left the session there. Might have been a connection issue. Do see him back though in time for race 2. 14 cars on the grid here for TTSL tonight. 13 laps await the drivers out on track, and let's have a look at everyone out on track. So Jeffrey, of course, setting provisional pole position. I've just got to listen out though, because I don't think I've got game sound. I do have game sound. I do apologise. I didn't hear it. It's because the engines were that quiet. I didn't hear it. But the game sound is there. I'll turn up my TV just as a result of that as well. But obviously, Jeffrey, a really good pole lap at 27.4. Pretty much what you like to see from maybe the mid-pack of TTL F1, I would say. 27s around here. Obviously, he might be the one to beat, but I'm going to go for a bit of an outsider for this. I feel that his 2 wins in France might give him the confidence to repeat himself here. I think Haddes might take it from the back. I don't have a clue why. I think Haddes might just do it though. He's got a few drivers ahead of him that are pretty close to his, well, not close to his pace at all, so he can try and pick them up quite easily. So Haddes, I think, for the win. I'm going to go and put Jeffrey for second, And let's put in Alex for third. There you go. You've heard it here first.
Oh, so
what about you?
Hannah's Jeremy, I was going to say Jeffrey and Alex for the top three tonight. For yourself, James. For me, I can't. Like I said, every time I see Jeff, he does well, but he's just not consistent enough. So I reckon he'll probably just go outside of the top three tonight. I'm going to say we've had us doing really well last week. I would say he'll get into the podium, but I can't see him winning. I reckon Lord Holton might do well, and maybe one of the Haas drivers, maybe Alex, I think. So Lord Holton probably for the win, Alex and Hayes for the podium, and you heard that first, live and exclusive. So James, we're coming up to the grid now at the Silverstone Grand Prix, so you're on your honours here.
I've got to say, you went for the championship leader there for your top prediction, with Lord Holton out on top, of course. Coming into tonight, remember the points scoring system: Lord Holton on 93, Alex on 90, Jeffrey on 86, Wydell Billy on 83, and Hades on 85, I should say, and Hades on 83. There is 10 points separating the top 5. Are we going to see that change tonight? I think we will. 5 red lights here in Silverstone. It's lights out and away we go. Good start by Jeffrey. Pariah, though, looks like he's got a very good start, the Norwegian. I think he's going to get him into Abbey at turn 1. There is, side by side in the background. There's 3 wide, I think, in the background. Hades has already made a couple of positions. Schumi and Pasels. There's a little bit of lag picking up, actually, from the Toro Rosso driver, Pariah. But everyone is clean through. Schumi and Pasels may be having a bit of a mistake. Alex and Maximus going side by side. Pariah has definitely lost out there. Billy having a fight with him down the straight. There's a Ferrari, I think, though that's a McLaren going off wide. That is Charlie. We're joining on track just about safely, I would say. Regular George is up the inside of Conti in the meantime. There's a lot going on here on lap 1. Regular George trying to go around the outside of Lovefield on Conti. Can he make the move stick? I don't think he will. I don't think he's got the run out the corner. Conti and Regular George running side by side. So is Billy and Pariah, and Billy has taken P3 with Conti up the inside and will hold the position in P8. What a dramatic start. Everyone pretty much clean through, though. Hades, I think, running wide in the background there, but Jeffrey leads from Lord Holton in second, Billy in third, Pariah in fourth, and we now come on to the hangar straight for the first time. Jeffrey has got a second lead, as dominating maybe out in front. But let's have a look at the position changes early on. Billy right on the back of Lord Holton. Can he get the move done? Maximus and Pariah fighting around the outside of Stowe. Maximus trying to get the move done. Billy, however, has got the move done on Lord Holton, so that will fill it. Oh! And Pariah goes into the back of Lord Holton. Completely messes up his braking point there. Pariah is lost. His right side end plate, left side end plate, sorry, has gone for Pariah. Hades into the pits early. Jeffrey, though, leads at the end of lap 1 from Billy in second, Lord Holton in third, Maximus fourth, Pariah in fifth, Alex is in sixth, and Alex right on the back of Pariah, trying to take full advantage of him having that front wing damage to give each other plenty of room coming through into the village section now. Mays and Conti are fighting in behind. What a dramatic first lap that is, and it still might not be over. Alex and Pariah right on the back of each other, but I will hand it over because Regular George is on the back of Conti.
He's on there now, and we might be into the bed. Oh, this is unbelievable stuff here unbelievable stuff here at the Silverstone Grand Prix. This is absolutely fantastic stuff here. Alex is trying to close in on Pereira now. I saw the incident between Pereira and Lord Holton. Lord Holton was making a little bit of a mistake at Vale Corner there. Oh my days, nearly at the cops.
Oh, he's off. That's Billy off. Oh. Billy is off. Billy is off. He's gone into the right-hand side of the wall coming out of Cops. I think he's dropped the back end through there. Carry on, because Billy was second. He's now down in 13th.
He's dropped down to 13th place here, but look at Conti now. Conti's trying to close it off. He's 2 in the bed. We've got 2 in the bed moment here.
Good move.
What a move. What a move there from Conti. Unbelievable stuff
Regular
there.
George. Regular George trying to get involved as well. Sorry, continue.
Oh, it's all right. You're on fire here. We've got 3 cars battling out here at Club Corner here. Oh, my days, Regular George. Don't you dare do this to us now at Abbey Corner here. Oh, my days. DRS is now enabled. DRS is now enabled here at the Silverstone Grand Prix, but he's trying his hardest here at Mays. But no, Mays is more closer to Conti here. But let's see. Oh, my days. We might have 2 in the bed here. We might have a 2 in the bed moment here. We might have the Williams car of Atlas here trying to close it on George here. Absolutely unbelievable stuff here. James, over to you.
Yeah, Maximus right on the back of Lord Hulton, just coming through Brooklands and into Luffield. The battle for second. Everything going off in the background, though. Was that a little bit of contact maybe with the regular George and Mace?
No, I was flicked to what you was watching to Maximus and Lord Hulton, who went wide there at
Did he? Oh, I completely missed that because I was flicking on board with George. So at least you caught that.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought, what's going on here? But Maximus might have a chance to try and close it on Lord.
The speed he's carrying through Maggots and Beckett's, he must have a really good cornering setup on, because Lord Hulton is a sitting duck here, coming down towards Stowe, and Maximus has just gone clean sailing down the inside. There's a lot of battling going on, and behind there's a 2, maybe a 3 in a bed, with Mays trying to go up the inside of both of them, but I think Pariah might hold on around the outside, just force him onto the grass slightly. Great racing though. Conti takes full advantage of getting past Pariah, so he is up to 5th position. Pariah is into 6th. Mays, maybe the one missing out there. Regular George and Atlas Corporal right on the back. Jeffrey, though, is dominating out in front by 2 seconds. Maximus new fastest lap of the race with a 1:31 1:31 flat, in fact, that was. Maximus about 10th quicker than Jeffrey in terms of the fastest lap. But regular George going very deep with Atlas Corpo attacking the back end of him. There's a lot of action going on, and I'll take it back to Malc, who I think will be commentating on Mays and Pariah, who is lagging a lot, I've got to say.
Yeah, Pariah's car is absolutely jumping from left to right. Oh my days, Mace is on. Oh, nearly! Oh my days, Mace! Mace is going around the outside here. Can he try and make the move here? Oh! Come on!
Oh.
Come on!
Still side by side.
Don't go side by side here! Don't come
not around the outside of Cops, no. Not around the outside of Cops. He backs off wisely. Goodness me.
If he would, they would have had the lightsaber legend status there for Maze. Oh, unbelievable! Something we got 3 cop out here for Brer, Maze, and George here. Sorry, 4 Atlas right in the back. I'm just watching it from George's point of view here. We might have the slipstream down here. Maze, the force be with him! He has got it! Oh, we might have a 3! We might have a 3! Oh my days! James cannot believe what's happening here. He keeps saying, unbelievable stuff there! James, over to you.
Yeah, Pariah has got that front wing damage, and it's really costing him on the straight line speed. May's making just absolutely mincemeating him down the straight, similar to what we saw with Maximus and Lord Hulton the last lap around. We are on lap 5 though. Jeffrey leads, but Maximus in 2nd. Lord Hulton is in 3rd. Alex is in 4th. Conti in 5th. They're all minding their own business. Regular George maybe just giving a tap there to Pariah. We're on board though with Atlas Corpo, who's right on the back. We're taking a POV shot with the guy in 9th position, the Norwegian, right on the back as regular George just tries to get the exit of the corner. Pariah has also got the DRS, so I think George might be looking inside here at Brooklands. That's going to be covered off though by Pariah. Now into Brooklands. This is where Pariah will have the other speed though through the corners, and he has just managed to nip up the position. Regular George though trying to nip it up the inside. That, however, is going to let Atlas Corpo in here as they come down towards the old pit straight, and now down towards the old turn 1. We are pretty much halfway through lap 5, or more than halfway through lap 5. Jeffrey, Maximus, Lord Hulton, still your top 3. Alex, Conti, Mays, Pariah, George, Atlas Corporal, Shumi, Pastels, Charlie, Hades, who did pit in on lap 1. I may also confirm that as well. And Billy, after making that mistake at Cops, is down right at the back of the field. But all of these guys still yet to pit in, as Atlas Corporal right on the back of regular George. Regular George trying his best to defend this. I think Atlas Corporal might just see it down the inside. He doesn't try it. He made a bit of a half commitment there. We have got action coming into the pit, so I think that is Conti, Mays, regular George, all into... Sorry, Atlas is into the pits, not regular George. Getting myself confused a bit there. But I've got to say, Maximus pulling away from Lord Hulton, 2nd and 3rd. He's really got a lot of speed about him tonight, hasn't he?
He has indeed, to be fair. Jeffrey's pushing the boundaries here because he proved me wrong here at the moment here on lap 6 of 13. But Maximus is doing a brilliant job here as well to try and push that car to the limit here of the Merc as well. I don't know if Lord Hulton, yeah, from looking at the ERS, he's got less ERS compared to Maximus's ERS mode here, passing that Lovefield corner here as well. But absolutely maddening stuff here because we've got a couple of battles going on here. We've got regular George Pereira now again, and also Shumi and Pascal's. Now, I was going to say Pascal's moment there, but like I said, regular George trying to close it on Pereira now. Oh, if he goes right the outside, he's an absolute legend here. Oh! it didn't look like it from the outside there. Oh, it's going through the inside there before. Oh, I tell you what, unbelievable stuff there. But like I said, coming up through Markets and Beckett's corner, regular George is trying to think, what do I need to do to get past Pereira here? The Softs needs to pit in now if they want to pit in now. But look, he's got a good exit. He's got a good exit here. Try and cut in. Oh, come on! Come on! George is saying...
Regular George ran the outside of Stoll, got the move done. Fantastic move, and he's into the pits as well. That is cheeky from regular George into the pits, gets the move done. 2 for 1. Well, how about that? How about that? And Shumi, by the way, has gone past Passels as well, and they're going to be in the lead of the race.
Yeah, I was just like, you buy one, you get one free. Just try and get round the outside there, into front, and also be cheeky to get in front of the driver that you just went past on the overtake moment there. What a move there. Absolutely fantastic move there. And I'll tell you what do you say about this race so far, James?
Absolutely fantastic race. The level of driving, I've got to say, has been really clean, really competitive. This is what we want from TTSL going forward. Just to bring in, though, Jeffrey is ahead by 2.5 seconds coming out of the pits on Maximus. Lord Holton in third, Alex in fourth. Hallers, though, is on a set of soft compound of tyres. He pitted lap 1, at the end of lap 1 onto lap 2. He is not going to get those tyres to the end. If they do get to the end, they're going to be about 75, maybe 80% worn, I've got to say. Hades has got no chance of getting those tyres home in any sort of good condition, I've got to say. But Passels and Shumi, no way. Oh, I thought he was going to try and lunge it down the inside into Maggots. Goodness me. If he tried that, then he would have been absolutely daft to. Shumi has got the much better run out of Maggots and Beckett's through onto the hanger straight, and he's maintaining that gap at 0.4 of a second for now. But Hades is right on the back of Alex.
Oh, absolutely unbelievable stuff there. Sorry to interrupt you there, James. Oh, Shumi and Passals have gone into the pits. They have gone into the pits now. They're trying to see what happens here for Hades. Ah, come on! Come on!
Oh, easy.
Oh, what a move!
Easy as you like.
Oh, easy as pie moment there. We've had moves up to 6th place here. Will Alex try and charge here now, because the tyres are all a little bit cold here. Passing that Vale corner now into Club corner. Fancy a Club sandwich or Club biscuit here for a nice cup of tea around at Silverstone. I was going to say biscuit moment there. Absolute madness stuff there. But Hayes has got the fast stop of the race here as well. But Alex is trying to be on his trail here of Hayes Pullman there. But like I said, unbelievable stuff here. James.
Passel's just going to be coming out, I think, behind Billy out of the pits. And Billy is right on the back of Pariah, actually. Of course, Billy's already been into the pits once. He will get to those tyres much better to the end, I've got to say, compared to Hades, who is quite a few positions ahead of him. He's about 8 positions ahead of him at the minute. But Pariah doing a good job in 11th position. He's recently just fresh out the pits. I was just debating whether these guys were actually going to come out either behind or ahead, because most of the pit stops around here are about 27 seconds, I think. So I was just debating where they were going to come out, and they came out relatively one of them in front, one of them behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It's normally the worst ones there. Oh my days, passing a corpses corner, I was always calling it there. But look at it, we might have a 3-car battle here for Maggots and Beckett's here with Pereira, Whitelaw Billy, and Passals here. But Pereira's, oh my days, Pereira's car is jumping left, right, and centre again here, which is Billy's car. He's trying to be absolutely delicate here, try and make the move done. Here, try and get past Pereira here. Oh, he's going around the outside! Oh my days! Oh, brilliant!
Good move.
Absolutely brilliant move there for Billy. But can pass out! Pass out!
No, never going to go for it there. There would have been, if he went for that move, there would have been contact there. Charlie right on the back of this as well. So 4-car battle now developing for 11th position. But I've just got to notice, Pariah has obviously replaced his front wing. That's why he's that far back at this moment in time. But Billy, I thought he was going to go down the inside into Stoll. He didn't. and Pariah wasn't expecting Billy to go down around the outside of him. That's why you saw the little bit of contact between them, and Pariah right on the back of Billy as they come down towards Brooklands. In fact, he's going to be switching to the outside. Billy making that car look as wide as possible. There is no way the Toro Rosso is going to be getting past there. No way, Jose, as Billy holds the position through Luffield, and he keeps to that 11th position. Pariah, Parcells, Charlie all chasing down though, and Parcells, you would imagine, would be the quicker out of these guys.
Yeah, you would think so here, and I'll tell you what, I thought they were going to do. Oh no, Billy! No! Dies! Billy's off! Billy's off the track here. He went onto Corpse's corner, and he went onto the curb. It went right outside into the grass here. He lost it completely again. So that means wide low Billy are out, dropped back. He's not out of the race. He's just dropped right back at the back of the grid here. James,
what would you do if you were Billy in this stage? Would you pit in and go for fastest lap point, or would you keep on going? Because he's now 17 seconds behind. I think fastest lap point if I was in his position.
Yeah, but if you think about it, James, if you think about it, with 4 laps left, with 23 seconds left, inside the top 10, I doubt it. I can't see that happening. To be honest, it's unless if they had a safety car or something to stop all the cars on track here to let Wildlow Billy to get back into it. Yeah. I can't see that happening. But he is, as you rightly said, he is in the pits, as you rightly said there, Joe. So fair play to him if he wants to go for it, but he will lose about I can't see him getting 10 seconds a lap to match to what these guys are already on the softs here as well. So do you think that?
Yeah, he will be actually ahead of Jeffrey, because Jeffrey's only coming through the exit of Beckett and onto the hangar straight now. Billy is going to be miles out in front. He will have free track to roam and free track to set essentially a qualifying lap, I think. The fastest lap currently is by Jeffrey at 1:30.1. If he can break into the 29s, I have a feeling he will. I think he'll have to break into the 29s, and he will get the job done for the fastest lap point. However, Hades and Alex are now battling out for 4th position. I can't believe Hades is in 4th position, given that he's on a set of soft compound of tyres. How on earth he has recovered this race is unbelievable, and it's full credit to the driver. Alex has chased him down. Those tyres are going to be shot by the end, and I wouldn't be surprised if Alex gets past him this lap.
Yeah, well, with the DRS straight coming up now, I'll tell you what, this DRS straight that we're watching now coming up, do you think it's beneficial on this track, or do you think not? Because every time when I see it at Silverstone, it's not much overtakes that I see.
No, I think it's too short of a straight, to be honest. The drivers, I feel, out of entry, they've got to get within 2.5 tenths of the driver ahead of them to try and pull off the overtake. And speaking of which, Regular George is forcing it down the inside of Mays, coming through Brooklands, now into Luffield, trying to get the switch back up the inside. Mays makes that Ferrari look as wide as possible. Goodness me. And Regular George, though, is not going to have any of this, because I think he's going to go to the inside into Cops at the old turn 1. Mays will give him the room. It's side by side through Cops. Regular George and Mays on the separate side of the tracks. Regular George is going to have to back off this, and fair play to both of them. Brilliant driving once again shown by the two guys. Mays and Regular George holding up the 7th and 8th, and we've also got Pariah and Parcells going, and Pariah has gone past Parcells. So he has managed to make it stick through maggots. Fantastic move that was by Pariah on Parcells. Full credit again. And Alex has just been overtaken by Hades as well. A lot happening here in Silverstone, and we're on to the penultimate lap.
Yeah, unbelievable stuff. While you watched it, I can't believe I missed Pariah and Parcells. I was watching Regular George, and Mays had a move there. So George has moved up to 7th place now. Mays has dropped down to 8th place now. This is absolutely unbelievable stuff here. The penultimate lap here. We're on the penultimate lap of the Silverstone Grand Prix for race 1 of 2 races here tonight. Race 1. You have not go anywhere here, because this is absolutely unbelievable stuff here. And James, is what you watching so far?
Yeah, it's been absolutely unbelievable. I think I forgot to mention that we've actually got 2 races tonight, so please do stay tuned in to TTSL here tonight. And if you do want to join, I do believe there is a spot available in the Toro Rosso full time. So if you do want to join, you're enjoying the action, contact TTG_Mays with that one to sign up for the Toro Rosso seat in TTSL. Jeffrey, though, has dominated things out in front. It's really been a quiet race for the front two, if I've got to be honest. Jeffrey Maximus, maybe even Lord Holton as well, has been quite quiet, in a good way, I've got to say. Alex Hades still chasing for 4th and 5th. Regular George, which I missed actually, he did get the move done, so well done on clarifying that, because I missed that completely. Regular George in 7th, and Billy has broken into the 29s and gets the new fastest lap of the race. I think he can go a little bit quicker than that as well. Mays right on the back of Regular George, not going to be happening down into Stowe, not close enough there. We're on to the final lap though. Jeffrey leads, Maximus 2nd, Lord Hulton 3rd, Alex in 4th, Hades in 5th, Conti 6th, Regular George in 7th, Mays in 8th, Atlas Copo in 9th, but Passels and Pariah are beginning to get going once again, right at the back of the field for 11th and 12th, the Belgian and the Norwegian. Thought Passels had the better run out of Stowe there. He didn't, and Pariah is now beginning to pull away. Maybe the medium's beginning to come into play there. As what has happened with Alex? Oh, and he's dropped it. He's dropped the car through Village at turn 3. What on earth happened there? Did you catch that at all?
No, I did not catch that, so I was watching what you was watching there at the same time here. But Alex, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it looks like he hasn't had any damage on his car or anything like that. I can't see anything on there.
He was in 5th.
Conti is in 5th at the minute, but like I said, Alex drops down to 9th place here, so hopefully we'll find out sooner rather than later in the comments, or maybe in the chat later, to find out what actually happened there from Alex's point of view there. But at the moment here, Conti's trying closing on Hayes now. Jeffrey's coming up to down the hanger straight now. He's really coming up to it now.
Well, that's happening here. They're all weaving down the straight. Jeffrey, Maximus and Lord Hulton, they've got to concentrate. They don't want to be weaving down the straight. They're celebrating as if they've won. They haven't just yet. They haven't just yet. I wouldn't do that if I was them. Jeffrey, though, coming around the final corner, the Dutchman is going to take the win, and a dominant win at that. He wins by about 1.8 seconds from Maximus in 2nd. Lord Hulton is in 3rd, but Hades and Conti getting quite close towards the end of the race as well. 4th and 5th, they're going to be. Hades has really reclaimed that race. Even with the penalties, he's reclaimed that, and he is going to drop down the order, possibly to around 7th, I think. Atlas Copo and Alex coming across the line. Hades, in fact, 6th. So not too far off my prediction there. Pariah across the line in 11th, but he jumps up to 10th. Regular George has got penalties, and Passels has jumped up to 9th. And we're waiting for Charlie to come around the final couple of corners now. What a thrilling race, though, for race 1. Jeffrey, Maximus, Lord Hulton, your top 3. Charlie, I think, has just jumped a position there as well. He didn't. Did he get fastest lap, I wonder? We'll have a look. But podium celebrations and an analysis to come up. Malc, what did you think of that race, first of all?
That was absolutely...
That was absolutely fantastic. Anyways, I think we're still live. I do apologise, but it seems to me that we've had a bit of a technical issue. If I can get another invite out, that'd be absolutely fantastic. However, we do have to have a debrief of that first race. Malc has just invited me back to the party, so we'll join him back now. I do apologise, everyone, about my failure of a disconnect. I think there was something going on downstairs, but however, we are still live, and I am rejoined once again by Malc. I don't know what happened there. If you can give me an invite, that would be fantastic. That's my planned disconnect for the night, I think. Luckily it's happened between races and not in the race. That's what you're going to think.
Missed the first race. Where the hell have you been? Where was you? It was an unbelievable race there. Jeffrey won the... Can he make it the double, James?
It remains to be seen, to be honest. We've got to see how one-shot qualifying plays out first. Obviously, I'm going to have no names for qualifying, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. So we're going to have to pick on a driver and just hope it's the driver in question. Thank you, everyone, by the way, for giving me a load of invites. I have got them through, so if I disconnect again, I'll be sure to use them this time, because all the other ones had run out. But I've got no names. You might have to take qualifying here. Brilliant.
Unbelievable stuff here. But let's see what I'm going to say. I'm going to let James do the qualifying with no names, nothing. See if he can try and produce.
I have a feeling it'll be Shumi that we'll go on board with, so I might feel confident in commentating on a lap if it is him in the Williams, of course.
If James, I'm just going to say if again. Did I forget to mention if on that one? But
I do apologize. I will not blame myself. I will blame the game if I get this wrong. That's what everyone's got to know.
See, I like your plan there, James. I like your idea there as well. But we're just waiting for Jeffrey to finish off his prep and ready to go. James will predict a random car. It'll be Shumi's car. But here we go. We're going to do the qualifying now. So, James, over to you.
Yep. I'm on a black screen at the minute. There we go, we're back in, finally. Everyone getting readied up, of course, for qualifying. It is going to be interesting to see who gets on top. Of course, Jeffrey did take it with a 1:27.4. That'll be a big indicator, I think, for one-shot qualifying once again here in race 2. If he can do the double of qualifying, and he can actually progress further away from the field like he did in race 1, Jeffrey might be the one to beat here, but I'm not beating around the bush or anything like that. I think it is going to be quite a close qualifying session, this one. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if Billy gets into the frame after his disastrous first race. I think he needs a bit of a boost. And I've got names! Absolutely fantastic stuff. Shumi is the one that is on a lap, so luckily we're on board. The names literally came in with a second to go. I'm over the moon. Shumi is now on a lap, coming through Abbey and Farm, now into Village. Goodness me. A lot of things going on. Regular George and Atlas Copa retired from the session early. Hades, Alex, Lord Hulton right up there with the pace. Jeffrey down in 4th at the minute. Maximus and Mays right up there as well, pitching in. Shumi through the first sector though, 27.6. He now comes down into Brooklands. Misses the apex slightly, but gets a nice nice tight turn in there. That's a bit of a mouthful to say. Nice teeth turn in. Yeah. Shumi now through Woodcut, coming down towards Cops. Down towards the old turn 1. Lord Hulton is retired from the session. Must have picked up an invalidation through Lovefield, I think. Shumi taking it pretty much flat out through Cops. Hades, Alex, Jeffrey currently your top 3. Shumi now through Maggot and Beckett. This, of course, is Beckett, and he's coming through now through 13 and 14. Then on the run through into 15 there at the Hangar Straight. Now we come into 16 at Stowe. 104.7, I think that had that as with Shumi through the middle sector. Hades, Billy right up there. I did say he might have a good qualifying session. Jeffrey right up there as well. Hades and Billy. It is going to be quite close. We'll flick on board very late on with these guys. Billy and Hades. Oh, Billy has dropped down. He gets the one out the corner. Hades, though, across the line. It's a very close qualifying session. That's something I've got right at least tonight. And I think 700ths, if I'm not mistaken, separating the top 3 in qualifying. We'll run you down through the results of one-shot qualifying right now, with Hades taking it by 200ths of a second from Jeffrey. Very close indeed. Billy only a 10th off in 3rd position, so the top 3 main protagonists, you could imagine, are right in there pitching here tonight. Pariah in 4th on his debut, Maximus in 5th, Alex in 6th, Mays in 7th, Conti in 8th, Charlie in 9th, Shumi in 10th, a second pretty much separating the top 10. Passes Lord Hulton, Regular George and Atlas Cup are all picking up invalidations on their laps. Hades, though, making up for a bit of a disastrous race 1. He takes qualifying here. How do you think he'll get on in the race, Malc?
Well, if he can keep up with those softs and get it nearly closer to the top 5 there, I think he'll do well to get into the podium here tonight. I think the top 3 is what you see is what you're going to get. I think that's my prediction for the top 3 in any order, I think, to be fair. James?
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I think the racing here in League 2 tonight has been fantastic. I haven't had an opportunity to to actually tune into the comment section, see how you guys are doing. Gaming Ollie coming in and saying, my first race didn't go well. Hope this goes good. Hopefully it will. Do confirm your name, because I don't really know that. I think it might be Hades, if I've got to be honest. Or Pariah, one of the two. I don't know. I'm just a guessing game. But lots of support, actually. Oh, and Gaming Ollie, I've just seen, is Pariah, so I have confirmed that for myself. It's in the comments there. I should have read further up. Hashtag track limits, says Maze. Of course, track limits abuse not really tolerated, I think, in TTSL or indeed any other league that we run around here in TTG, especially at Stowe. If you track extend at Stowe, you are very much gaining an unfair advantage. So as much as possible, I'll issue that warning out now. Don't track extend at Stowe. You will pick up a penalty or a warning. It's not worth it. Stay within the white lines and you won't pick yourself up a penalty. I think that's the fairest advice I can give.
Also, Corpses or Corpses Corner, you can easily go wide there to track extend as well. So there's two areas as well where, so Stoke Corner and Corpses or Corpses Corner. I keep saying Corpses because it's the death corner. It has always been the death corner of Billy, to be fair, because he's been really unlucky as well. But can Billy hold on to that third place here, or try and get even better here, as long as he doesn't get any mistakes just before, well, just after Corpses, so Corpses Corner as well. But what I've said my top three, I know you've said it briefly, but just to clarify again, who's your top three tonight?
Ooh, out of the second race, I don't really know because they're quite close. I'm gonna fork myself out and say Hades for the win. Just think he might have, he had a really good race 1 recovery, I've got to say. Finishing 6th from pitting in at the end of lap 1 onto lap 2, phenomenal. And to get 12 laps of softs around here is quite rare as well. So Hades did very well. I think he'll get the win here tonight. For second, I'm going to go Maximus for second. Drove well in the first race. I think he'll repay himself with that second position. If there's a little bit of contact ahead, which I think there might be, I think Maximus could be the one maybe to sneak the win, but I'm going to put him second. And in third, I'm going to go for a bit of a wild one, and I'm going to say Lord Hulton for third.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
That is a wild one.
Yeah, that is definitely. To be fair, Lord Holton is a really good driver here, to be fair. But also, like I said, Maximus has done a brilliant job here, which I haven't mentioned about throughout the whole stream until you said, oh, he's done well in the top 2 with Jeffrey. I mean, Jeffrey, every time when I see him, he's always outside the top 3 every time. That's why I wasn't picked him before. But now, because I pick him now, he's probably going outside the top 3 now. But I hope not. Anyway, but I'll tell you what, James, I'll let you over to do the Grand Prix.
Here we go. 5 red lights once again. Going to go out here at Silverstone. For TTSL, it's a very long hold on the lights, but it's a light turn, away we go, and Hades gets a very good start from the line. Jeffrey will have to filter in behind, because Hades has got a terrific start off the line, 2.5 tenths ahead, coming through Abbey at turn 1. Oh! That was a bit of front wing flying off. Alex is round in the background. I think it might have been, actually, Charlie's left side end plate coming off, and there's an Alfa Romeo right in the background as well. Lord Holton has gone off, so that's one of my predictions gone. Not sure what's going on in the mid-pack, but we'll catch that up at the end of lap 1. Hades and Pariah, though. Pariah is now beginning to attack, and actually Billy ran the outside. It could be 3 wide into Brooklands. What on earth is Hades doing? Pariah is through on the inside, and Billy has been let through as well. Is there a VSC or something out? No, there isn't. We're still considering this. Yellow flags in sector 2. Tom is round at Luffield. And Hades is dropping down the field. Really. Oh my goodness me! Jeffrey and Maze going side by side through there, and Pariah's round from the lead of the race. I can't believe the changing fortunes here. Regular George is retired as well, and he's actually crashed it through Cops. So Cops corner, now death corner, I think we can probably say tonight. Billy, though, has ended himself somehow out in front. Maximus in second, but what on earth was that start by Hades? Was he having a problem maybe with his wheel calibration? I don't have a clue what happened there.
To be fair, James, your guess is good as mine here, because I'm not 100% sure if a pass. Oh, striker! Oh, Shimmy! You beauty! Shimmy! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant there!
Conti just making contact on the rear right of Passal's car. Goodness me! And Charlie getting involved in this. It's Conti actually that's got front wing damage. Charlie has gone mince-beaten around the outside of him. Fair play to him. It's a bit like wacky races at the minute here in TTSL. Everyone has got to keep it calm, has got to keep it cool out on track. Billy, though, leads the way by 6/10 of a second. Let's really dive into that lap 1, because that was a dramatic lap 1.
Oh, I was going to say. Oh, Atlas is trying to get past. Lord! Oh, will he try to get past? Oh, unbelievable something from Atlas. He's got the king of him in the Williams car there, past passing Lord Holton here. Passing Luffield corner into...
Alex and Tom, running behind. They're going side by side through Luffield, and Tom has got the move done. The Welshman pulls it off down the inside into Luffield. Can Alex find the way back round the outside into Kopp? Surely not. He does. Yeah! Right around the outside. Tom gives him plenty of space. Was just a little bit too cautious. Don't go side by side through here, guys. Alex and Tom, the two Tom Russells having a disaster, and Tom is off. Tom is off. A pure lock up there from Tom, and he has spun, and Atlas and Conti are getting going just ahead. Passels and Charlie is mincemeat and Passels down the inside of Stoll there. There's a lot going on. Atlas, Copo and Conti have swapped positions as well. A lot going on. Billy still leads, Maximus second, Jeffrey third. Race 2 becoming like wacky races here in TTSL.
Oh, what's going to happen is there's going to be no Dick Dastardly and Muttley mode there to try and stop this moment here of the wacky races on the round 2 here. Absolutely unbelievable stuff there. We've got Maximus trying to close it on Billy here for first place here. And I'll tell you what, Hayes trying to close it on Mays. That rhymes. Hayes with Mays. Unbelievable stuff there. But absolutely fantastic stuff there. Coming to Luffield corner now. And the original first corner. The old original first corner here. We got a 3-car bar here, James, for the first place here, coming up to Cops' corner, or Death corner as we always call it here.
Yeah, everyone through there safely this time. Hades again right on the back of Mays. We'll focus on that first, because I think Maximus is going to pressurise Billy into possibly making a mistake coming through Maggots and Beckett there, and Billy has got 5.5 tenths. He hasn't though, because Maximus has got a much better run out, and Maximus now is going to have to go all the way around the outside. He's going to have to do it the hard way, but Maximus I think will switch it back on the inside into Stowe. Billy has made the Haas look wide as possible though, and the two Brits are going at it here at Silverstone. The two homeboys are delivering a fantastic battle for the lead of the race, and Billy still hangs on to the lead of the race somehow. Maximus maybe not risking it too much with the contact that has been made already in the race. Jeffrey's in third as Lord Holton has gone past Conti into the pit as a result. Hades though right on the back of Mays still. Is the Norwegian going to lunge it down into turn 3 at Village? No, he is not. And he'll have to wait for the DRS, I think. But I will focus on the battle for the lead as well in due course, because there's a lot going on. Hades and Mays right on the back. Here comes Hades. I think he's going to get him. Pure slipstream down the straight, opening up the DRS. Makes it look pretty easy in the Norwegian. He's up to 4th position. Jeffrey right on the back of Maximus as well.
Absolutely unbelievable stuff here, passing Luffield corner now. He coming to Cops' corner here, but I think Jeffrey's just trying to ease off here to watch these two battling out here, and then pounce at that moment here, passing Cops' corner. Oh, they're trying to be absolutely delicate there. Absolutely fantastic stuff there as well. Still watch this battle through Mackins and Beckett's corner here. Will they try and make it? Oh, Jeffrey's gone wide. He's gone wide as he loses momentum here, but Max was have a chance here, trying to close it off. Billy now. Down the hanger straight down.
Gonna get him.
Oh my! Oh! I tell you what, Maximus!
Billy's having to go back on the inside. Maximus though around the outside at Stowe. Fantastic stuff, and all of that as well. Hades has gone past. Billy's up the inside of Maximus's contact. Got forced up on the curb. I think Billy maybe being a little bit too aggressive for my liking there, trying to complete the move that was really going to be cut off by the curb as well as the driver in front. Billy may be at fault there, I think. And he's weaving to get rid of his grass, I think, that is on his tyres, and he goes for a full spin through turn 1. And how on earth has Schumi avoided that? How on earth has he avoided that? That was inches away from being a massive crash. I cannot describe how close that was.
I can't believe I didn't see that. It was like the Matrix moment there. Slow motion there. We'll have to watch it again in slow motion after this race here. But Mays could have a chance here to get a podium here against Hayes for 3rd place. But we have to wait and see. Shimmy trying to get on Charlie to try and get that golden ticket off him for 5th place here. Still yellow flag set to 2. Yellow flag set to 2 still. We've got a battle going on here. Jeffrey got a 3-second time penalty.
Pariah out the race. That'll be why the yellow flags are out in sector 2, just to confirm that.
Okay, thanks, James. Thank you for that. A live and exclusive for the TTSL League One, the top flight, the top division here as well. This is absolutely fantastic stuff there. But Shumi, will Shumi try and get past Charlie here down? The hanger straight down for 5th place here. Oh, Pascal's, I can't say Pascal's, Pals and Conte. Oh, Shumi! Oh, come on. Shimmy thought he had a chance here, but they're still going out there. That's interesting stuff there. Would you have pitted now, James?
Yeah. I think these softs can only last around 5 or 6 laps out on track, and I think these guys pitting in are going to get a bit of an undercut on Maximus and Charlie and Shumi. They don't really have to worry about Charlie and Shumi because we're about 11 seconds behind them at the end of the day. But Atlas and Alex are going to be caught as well. Jeffrey, Hades and Maze all into the pits. They're on the exit of the pit lane now. Tom is coming through Stowe, so these guys will be out in their respective positions as you see them, 7th, 8th and 9th. And just to confirm, by the way, as well, Conti and Passels, I did catch that move. Conti all the way around the outside of Brooklands. Passels went way too deep into the corner. Conti made it look easy around the outside. He got the move done. He's up into 11th position. But for the first time in quite a while, I think we've got a bit of break in the action.
Oh, absolutely. Manic stuff here. It's been a brilliant 2 races so far. This is the 2nd race of the TTSL League One as well. Where was you on the first race here? It was still manic as well with the battles going on here. Conti's trying to close in on top now for the straight here now. Oh, Conti's trying to make the move! Oh, no!
Oh.
No! He's done it! He's done it! He's done it at left field! Oh, you cheeky monkey here! Unbelievable stuff there from Conte! What a move! What a move from Conte! And Tom nearly lost his sat nav there, trying to go on the gravel there. Absolutely madness stuff here. Maximus and Charlie have gone in the pits now. Charlie's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane here, James.
Yep, Shumi's in as well. Passel's now catching Tom as a result. Conti, beautiful helicopter shot I caught with that. Conti really coming from quite a far way back, doing a Danny Rick move essentially with Conti in that Red Bull. Fantastic move. Tom now under pressure once again. Passels is going to mincemeat him down the inside. It's job done even before they get to Stowe. Passels now into 11th place out on track, and Lord Hulton will be trying to get on the act as well. Maximus, however, has maybe jumped Jeffrey out of the pits, but Jeffrey has actually undercut him for the lead of the race. Oh, and a little bit of contact there between them both, but the net lead battle for the race is Jeffrey and Maximus, 2.5 tenths as they come onto the hanger straight. Maximus sizing up a move here. Jeffrey forced to the inside. Maximus will have to be forced around the outside. Oh, and off the camber of the corner. Jeffrey loses a little bit of time coming through the corner actually. That was off the camber of the corner more than anything else. A little bit of banging wheels. Good racing though. I don't think it was intentional from Jeffrey to do that. It was just purely how Brooklands, the camber of the corner, actually is through there. Jeffrey and Maximus still 3rd and 4th.
Absolutely fantastic stuff there, James. Oh my days. Maximus has just gone off that nearly a dead corner there. But yellow flags at the 2.
Billy round at the end of Beckett's. He's just gone through. The leaders, actually, the net leaders are just going through camera shot. And Maximus with a much better run on Conti. He's going to have to be forced again around the outside. But I think this might be job done even before Stowe, and it is. And Maximus takes the net lead of the race. He's into 2nd, currently out on track. Fantastic move there by Maximus, pinpointing it actually to perfection there. And Atlas Corpo is into the pitch from the lead of the race. Where is he going to come out? I have a feeling he'll come out ahead of Charlie.
I think so there. I think looking at the timing intervals there.
And looks at the as well.
Yeah, so he'll probably just go out just ahead of Charlie here. But we'll have to wait and see what happens
behind them.
This moment. Sorry, we do apologise for any take of it because there's the Red Bull of Jeffrey and Maximus, 2 banging.
Oh my god.
Oh, 3! We've got more than 3 here.
Where's Hannah's came from?
Jeff! Unbelievable, Jeff! Oh, what a move! Brilliant! But Hayes just trying to close in on Maximus here. Oh my days, passing the love field corner. And passing 1 cut in a minute. Oh, Bassi! Oh, come on! You can do it if you Kimmy and Kieran here. Maximus trying to close it on Jeffrey now, but first place here passing. Death corner now, Corpses. Oh my days. Well, Corpses corner. I don't even know what corner it is now. I'm going to call it Death corner now. Absolutely manic stuff here. But James, over to you.
Yeah, Jeffrey's just picked up a 3-second time penalty coming through the entrance into Beckett's there. Maximus and Hades are chasing him down, and Maximus, I think, is going to have him around the outside. Look at the speed that Maximus has got, but Jeffrey down the inside into Stoll, trying to force the issue, never going to work. Maximus always going to have that around the outside, and Hades as well is getting involved as well. Jeffrey trying to have a go back up the inside of Maximus. We've also got Conti and Alex going at it. We'll come to that battle in just a second. Maximus, Jeffrey, and Hades, and we'll go on board actually with Conti, who has just actually sailed it right around the outside of Alex. Was Alex in front there going into the corner, or was Conti in front going into the corner? I think it was Conti retaking the position. I think
So there, but I saw it briefly there, but look at this, Jeffrey, Maximus and Hayes here. Oh my days, for the top three. I'm going to watch it from Hayes' point of view. Can Jeffrey try and bounce back here against Maximus here at coming up to Luffield? Oh, come on! Oh, this is unbelievable stuff here. James is saying, oh, this is unbelievable stuff here.
Tell you what, Maximus is driving a really good defensive race out in front. He just made that Mercedes look absolutely wide as possible. Probably wider than the Love Island Villa, if I've got to be honest. Maximus, Jeffrey and Hades within 0.6 of a second out in front. There are other battles going on, and will not take the shine light away from them, as Lord Hulton is trying to get past here on Passells for 10th and 11th position. Looks like Maximus, Jeffrey and Hades will come on board with that in just a little bit, but Lord Hulton on a set of softs to Passells. He's not going to be close enough down into Cops, and Passells in fact getting a better run out of Cops on Lord Hulton, and everything just gone a little bit quiet out in front. Maximus holding the lead, 0.4 of a second. What would you do though if you were Maximus at this stage? Would you concertina the guys up in behind and possibly take a little bit of front wing off those guys and race a bit of aggressively, or do you keep it clean and defend well?
Got to keep it clean, defend well, because you've got to be respected on track here, James. Absolutely, you've got to do the respect on track here. And also, I wouldn't take them off the front wings, even though they were right at the back here, out there. But you've got to be absolutely perfect here as well. But Jeff could have a chance here on Maximus now. Might have a pounce here at the DRS straight now.
Hang on. Jeff is, sorry, Lord Hulton going up the inside of Passells, Abbey, sorry, at turn 1. Has he got the move done? He's on the inside into Village, but he's not giving them the room. I think Lord Hulton wants the DRS, and he's playing a little bit of the tactical game, if I've got to be honest. I'm not a fan of the tactical game, but if it gets in the position, then fair play. I think Lord Hulton might get the position running down towards Brooklands and Luffield.
Jeff's gone wide! Just got wide there, Cops is up there. Hayes has made a move. He made, there goes Thomas on here.
Oh my God!
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable stuff there from Jeff and Hayes. But Hayes might have a chance here. Well, these two haven't did no about Maximus. We say thank you very much. I've been leaving here. Hayes. Contact!
Never going to work down the inside into Stoll. That gap was always going to close, and I think Hades might have just realised that. Has he got any front wing damage? He is going to rejoin just behind Mays, who was in third. How on earth is Mays in third as a result of this race? Fantastic drive by the Brit.
He's got the force in him. As always, Mays. He's done that for the party here. But can he try and hold on here against the odd charge of Hades here in 4th place? And Charlie's in 5th as well. We've got couple of miles going on here. But James, over to you.
Yeah, Alex has just got the move done on Conti. He's now up into 8th position. So the Haas will be scoring points from one of their drivers. Billy is 3.4 seconds off Passells and roughly around 4 seconds off Lord Hulton at this stage. So Billy, I don't think is going to be scoring points, but his recovery drive has been quite promising, if I've got to be honest. Again, maybe Silverstone not his track. He might just have to learn to practice a little bit more around the track and really engage with the corners a little bit more. That's been his wrongdoing, I think. In the meantime, two Williamses, an inter-team battle going on. It's Shumi and Atlas Copel, both for the OWR team, of course better known to you and me as Nordic Esports. If I've got that right, I think I have. Shumi and Atlas Copel 6th and 7th out on track. Maximus leading the way, 1.5 seconds on Jeffrey. Mays now in third as a result of Hadez's contact with Jeffrey. We are about to go on to the penultimate lap of the race, but really, race 2, I've got to put a forensic eye on things and say it's been a little bit uncleaner than race 1, but the action has been twice as better. I don't know how I can reach that conclusion at all.
It's the race 1 was more cleaner, but the second race is it's just died down a little bit, but it's still entertaining race. Whatever happens here tonight, I think it's just the second race is just trying to be absolutely. Try and get those extra points here after what happened in the first race here, because especially what happened with some of the drivers here tonight. But Halled's to try and close in on Mays now for third place here, but can Halled's try and close in on Mays here for third place here on the penultimate lap here, down the straight here on the nearest straight, and Mays will be hopefully holding on here, but Halled's will be thinking, just going to pounce at any moment in time here, but this is the only bar we've got so far. Passing Luffield corner here.
Hadez has got a really good run out of Luffield there on Mays, and Mays actually runs onto the grass slightly coming through Woodcote. Hadez could be given the opportunity to come down the inside. He is going to back off though, and that is the wisest decision to do. You don't want to be going south by south through Copse, because otherwise it's known as Death Corner, and you can probably appreciate why when you go back on the stream and watch tonight's action here. Maximus, Jeffrey, a second between the top two. Mays in third, Hadez in fourth. Hadez though looking to try and reclaim that podium position. Mays is on the outside on. He should have really defended the inside line, because Hadez I think is going to sail past him down the inside. He's not. Mays defends it around the outside. Fantastic stuff from Mays. He realised what Hadez was going to do there, forced him to the inside line, forced him onto the grass slightly, gave each other plenty of room. Onto the final lap we go. They're still in third and fourth. Maximus and Jeffrey will fill out the front two positions, but who is getting this final podium spot out on track? Is it going to be Mays? Is it going to be Hadez? Malc, your prediction?
I think this is going to be tough here, because if Mays can hold on here against Hadez on the nearest straight here, which at the moment I can't see that happening, but Jeffrey can have a chance here. Maximus here on the final lap here. Mays stay on the racing line here. Oh, come on! Mays!
Mays held that round the outside pretty much all the way to the end of the corner. He realised it was not going to work, and Hadez has got the move done, and rightfully so, but good respect between between those two drivers. Fantastic respect out on track, if I've got to say so myself. And Jeffrey, with 3% of ERS, is going for this on Maximus. He's 8/10 off. He is going to be nowhere near coming towards the end of the lap. However, I might have just shot myself in the foot a little bit. It's 5.5 tenths the gap. Maximus and Jeffrey with that ERS though, he is not closing up, and I think Maximus has got the race in safe keepings as we come through Stowe for the final time. Hadez and Mays in behind, not close enough. Atlas Copo and Shumi are looking to battle. Jeffrey right on the back of Maximus. Maximus is holding on for grim life here. Jeffrey right on the back. There's a yellow flag in sector 1, which you can only assume is Tom. Maximus, though, comes across the line to win at Silverstone and race 2. Jeffrey is in second. Hadez across the line in third, but Jeffrey actually gets bunked down as a result of 6 seconds worth of penalties, I think. Hadez, Mays finishing second and third. Shumi and Atlas Copo swap. Charlie's dropped a few positions. Alex across the line in 8th. Conti across the line in 9th. Lord Holton, not his day. One of my predictions has gone haywire anyways. Lord Holton in 10th. Parcells in 11th. Billy is across the line in 12th, but he jumps up actually, and so does Parcells. So they're into 10th and 11th respectively. And Tom is coming through Copse for the final time, and we'll wait for him to come across the line. Let's delve into that race though. Maximus taking it out on track. Jeffrey with the penalties though. Hadez and Mays getting the podiums as a result. What was your opinion on that race, Malc?
The race was just unbelievable stuff there. So many battles going on left, right and centre. It's still similar to what we saw at the first race, but it's just, you just don't know what to expect back, and looking at it from that point of view. What a race at your home British Grand Prix here, and Maximus did really well. Like I said, Jeffrey did well in the first race, but Maximus did well in the second one. But Mays and Hadez, they've done a brilliant job here to get to the podium here tonight, James.
Yep, Tom just coming across the line to finish us off in 13th position. Gains about 12 seconds there actually on the car ahead, which I think was Billy, if I'm not mistaken. We'll run through the full set that will run through, I should say, the full official, unofficial results in just a second. But the podium up first, and Maximus has taken the win at his home track here. Even though the flag is different, I can definitely tell you he is a British driver, and Maximus does the job here tonight. As I get communicating with online services for a minute there up on my screen. I do apologise about that. That was not intended at all. But Maximus has got the win. Hades and Mays. Mays' first podium, I think, in... I don't know when his last podium actually was, but it's a long time ago, I've got to say so myself, with me being here in TTGs for sure. But Maximus has taken the win, even with a 3-second time penalty. He takes it from Hades in second. Remember, these are official, unofficial results, and stewarding investigations will take place afterwards. Mays has finished in third, Jeffrey is in fourth, Shumi in fifth, Atlas Copo in sixth, Charlie in 7th, Alex in 8th, Conti in 9th, Passel's picking up a point in the end, finishing in 10th, Billy in 11th. Really, Cops being his wrongdoing in a couple of corners out on track, actually his wrongdoing. Hopefully he will get better around the track. He's in 11th position. Roll Holton in 12th, not his day. Tom in 13th. Pariah and George, the only two not to finish out on track. But Maximus takes it in race 2 here at Silverstone. What a fantastic race that was. And let's have a look at what you guys have been saying in the comments section. I will get that up in just a second or so. Jeffrey saying he had a 6-second time penalty in the last race, but he got good set of points. That is more crucial, I think, and that is more key, I think, for consistency more than anything else. He is a championship contender. You have to remain consistent to be a potential champion. That is how I see things. What about you, Malc?
Yeah, you have to be consistency in the points strategies here as well, because if you don't, you will lose out big time, and that's what happened there. But with Jeffrey getting some decent points here tonight, that is absolutely fantastic stuff there. And I think this will go down to the wire here, James.
Yeah, I've just picked up a comment actually from earlier on. Old R.A. Kvitberg, I'm going to pronounce that as, saying, just love the way you two guys commentate the race. Thank you very much. If you want to see more, of course, do like, comment, and subscribe, and tick that notification bell as well, so you stay up to date with the latest content here on TTTV. But once again, it's been a pleasure to be in the commentary box with Malc, a real entertaining force of the commentating stratosphere going forward, I've got to say so myself. Really great racing out on track. I will confirm what's coming up tomorrow. I'm on commentary for League of Europe tomorrow night, which is fantastic, Division 1. And we have also got action tomorrow night on the channel as we start off our new venture, Competitive Racing Club. We have got that on tomorrow night at 7:30 for Tier 2, which I'm a steward of. But you will be seeing me around for commentary as well. I'll be there at 8:30 alongside the wonderfully brilliant Alan Cavagnaro, who is an American. I do believe he's commentated in AOR before as well, so really commentating alongside the best tomorrow for CRC. That is, of course, my commentary is up at 8:30. So literally, I've got a hot-footed from League of Europe over to CRC to prepare the stream. It's going to be a very busy night for me tomorrow.
Absolutely, absolutely. I hope you get lots of drinks and loads of rest there, James, before you kick off on that one. So let's hope we'll have a crack there, and I'm sure you're going to have one of the bestest times as well. But like I said, guys, if you enjoyed the stream, as James said, please make sure you like subscribe to the TTTV channel for all the live races here as well. Not only, like I said, not only we do the TTSL on the Friday nights, but we also got the TTF1 and TTF2 during the week as well, and also absolutely fantastic stuff. And like I said, James, with Kieran as well on TTF1.
Yeah, TTL F1 on Thursday night at 8 o'clock, and TTL F2 alongside me as well on Tuesday nights as well. And an exciting announcement as well, Mini League's back next week.
Oh, okay.
Mini League is back next week. Yeah, I'm going to be commentating on Wednesday, 7:45 and then Kieran McGinley will take you through Mini League 1, 8:30 and 9:15 for that. All the details are at eSports Mini on Twitter. But I am going to end off the stream here. Of course, Malc, thank you very much for being alongside me in the commentary box. It's been wonderful once again.
Thanks, James, and same to you as well. Absolutely legend to be with you as always, James. Thank you very much.
There we are. That's it. If you're wanting any more action, come and tune in tomorrow night for CRC Division 2 from 7:30 and Tier 1 from 8:30. GT3s around Daytona. What is not to like? Thank you very much for watching though tonight here at Silverstone in TTSL. We'll be back next week, but until then, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye.